everyone, my name is Krystal Lance, and I am super excited that Erica asked me to speak with you guys and share a little bit about my story and some of my favorite oils. And so, first to begin with, I have been with doTERRA now for 2.5 years, and I got started with oils because I was in desperate need of help. I felt like I was at the wit's end, and was fighting the losing battle with my son, who at the time was 4. In 2015, he had been hospitalized 4 times. He had been on 18 different antibiotics and had had 2 anaphylactic reactions, and one being that we actually lost his airway, which was beyond traumatic for me. So this little boy was struggling to even have an immune system. He couldn't fight the common cold. We knew if he got the sniffles, we were in for it for at least 8 to 9 weeks. He would have respiratory distress. We had multiple puffers. It was constantly one thing after another, and it was like instant pneumonia. So we spent lots of time in the hospital, lots of times in emerge. And my amazing friend Krystal invited me over to share some of the gifts of the oils. And I was a little bit hesitant in the beginning just because I wasn't really sure, and I knew that potency and purity were a big thing. But I sat down with them and I listened to what they had to say, and I was sold. I bought a home essentials kit. I got it in within 2 weeks of applying On Guard and Easy Air. So these are my forever loved oils, and they will always, always, always be in my home. I applied On Guard to the bottom of my children's feet every single night and every single morning because we were in a diseased state at that point. So my children needed that support because we were in the month of January. We were right in the center of cold and flu season, and they needed that support. So bottom of their feet, diluted in a roller bottle. So we did about 6 to 8 drops of On Guard in a 10 ml roller bottle, rest fractionated coconut oil, bottom of their feet. And then Easy Air, we did the exact same thing, diluted in a 10 ml roller bottle. And then we were applying this to the ball of their foot, the tips of their toes. So the ball of the foot is for the lung, and then the tips of the toes is sinuses. So we were supporting their respiratory system, as well as I was even applying it to their chest and to their back. And I was giving them that support that they needed. Within 2 weeks of having these oils, both of my kids were off of their steroid puffers and their Ventolin, which we had lived off for 2 years. And I can't explain to you the hope that these 2 oils brought to me and my family. I finally felt like I was doing my part as a mother, because I felt like I was failing, even though I know I really wasn't. But when you see your child suffering, but that's what these 2 oils did for me. So that is our number 1 oils that we started with, and I hope that every family can be blessed to have those in their homes at all times. Another oil that I started for myself and I will never live without was Clary Calm. So I suffered, as you can imagine, with a lot of stress and anxiety. And I was tossing back and forth between some bouts of depression, and I couldn't control my emotions. So the one thing that whenever I started getting that overwhelming feelings or just really heavy emotions, I would take Clary Calm and apply it to my wrists, and then I would rub it over top of my heart. Within seconds, I felt the weight of the world just kind of take off, and felt like I could take on any situation possible. So I have a Clary Calm that's in my car, I have one that's in my purse, and then I have one at home so that it's available for everyone. Clary Calm also helped me. I struggled after I had my daughter with, this is kind of a woman thing, but my periods were really intense, and I had a lot of cramping and a lot of discomfort and a lot of PMS symptoms. Clary Calm literally takes care of all of that. This is considered the women's monthly blend. It is absolutely amazing. I highly encourage every woman to have a bottle of this stuff. So fast forwarding now to 2019, and I'm starting to watch my son, who now is 7, struggling in school. I'm seeing him excluding himself from his peers and not wanting to partake in things. And I'm starting to see his anxiety go through the roof. And I'm starting to see him not be able to participate in school. And I knew that there was something not right. So we paid to have him tested for an auditory processing disorder in Ottawa a couple months ago. And we found out that he, in fact, does have an auditory processing disorder. And we also found out that this poor child, the typical classroom has 6 hertz of noise, and he stops hearing at 5 hertz with background noise. So he physically wasn't even hearing his teachers. So I was told at that appointment that my son will never learn to be able to read. And I wasn't willing to accept that. And I came home and I messaged a couple amazing friends and that provided me with some amazing support. And I dived into all of my books and research, and I made him his roller blend. And he picked his little sticker. It's got a little monster and it says healthy. So this is his roller bottle. In there, I have DDR Prime, which stands for damaged DNA repair. I have frankincense that's in there, as well as I most recently added in a little bit more vetiver in there for him as well. So this blend here, I started applying on in the occipital triangle area. So literally, if you can just imagine, go from ear to ear, all along the hairline, and then down the spinal cord. I was applying that morning, the time that he came home from school, and then when he went to bed. And then he chose his wild orange. Wild orange is the roller bottle that he would make himself, and he had one in his desk, one in his backpack, and one in his locker. This helped him take away all of his worries. So whenever he got nervous, whenever he got anxious, whenever he got overwhelmed with the situations, he applied some wild orange, and he did this all on his own, and this was his choice. The teachers started seeing him participating in class. They started seeing him interacting with his peers. And most of all, one of the most amazing gifts that I could have asked for with these oils was, and I'm gonna get all emotional, 2 weeks into doing this roller bottle blend and him using the wild orange, my son started reading. And so to be told that my son would never be able to read and that he would only be able to memorize the shape of words, because with this disorder, he's actually physically processing language in the wrong component of his brain, and we're trying to create new neural pathways to support him. In 2 weeks of using these oils, that little boy started reading, and he started feeling like he was enough in this world. So my biggest blessing was these oils, and I will continue to spread the joy of these oils and changing lives. And I hope that maybe hearing a little bit about my story and a little bit of how these oils have changed our lives, someone out there can feel hope and feel like there's something out there that can help them, and know the power of these oils. These are not just a fad. These are certified pure, tested grade oils that are safe to apply to our children, and our children need these no matter what. And as mom and parents, and if you don't have children, everyone needs these oils. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me tonight. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would be absolutely blessed to talk with you and help you through your journey as well. And thank you so much, Erica, for letting me share a little bit of my amazing journey. Have an amazing night, guys. Take care.